What's good, everybody? My name is Cole and welcome back to another video. And today we got our third draft profile today, and we are going away from the quarterback position for now. We might get back into that, I don't know, but we're going to the defensive side and we're talking about some linebackers. So first one we are talking about today is linebacker Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker from Notre Dame. And he's a guy I'm very interested in. Got a lot of talents, and he's right now my linebacker number 2. And if we get him, if our priorities, necessarily our top priorities for the position needs are gone and he's available, I'm all down to take him. And when you look at our defense, again, it was stellar. It was number 2 defense. But when you look at the defense, our probably biggest weakness on paper and probably on tape was the linebacker position. So if we get that right and we get that one piece, that'd be huge. And I think Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah can be that guy next to Cole Holcomb. I think that would be huge. Now John Bostic, he wasn't bad. Bring him back. Don't let him be a starter though. I just don't think he necessarily is a starter anymore. I think he's a little bit too old for that. Now again, I think he's still right, and I still think he's good enough to still play in this league. Oh geez, that was a voice crack. Still playing this league, but I just don't think he's a starter anymore. So, bringing Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, that would be huge for us. Okay, what's good? Future me here. I forgot to go over the stats, so we're gonna go over that really quick right here. So in 2019, he did have 8.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. He didn't have any interceptions, and he did have 79 tackles. And he had a great season in 2019, big season. Now I would say 2019 or 2020 was obviously a lesser season, but again, I think didn't they play lesser games? I'm gonna guess. But again, it was a weird season for all of us, so obviously it was a lot different. So again, it really goes however you want to. Do you want to take this year into full consideration as a big thing? Because he did have in 2020 he did have 1.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and then he also had 55 tackles. So he didn't have a bad season overall, but I guess it just wasn't obviously on point of what 2019 was. I still think he's a good player, and but I still think he'll still do great. And so all of this, his stats wise, he's solid, man. And I would like Washington if he's available. I won't be mad to get him. So back to past me to continue this video. So starting off with one of a pro for me is his speed and agility. He is a speedy guy. If you're coming off the edge from like a slot cornerback position, that would be absolutely huge. If that tackle misses him, the running back misses him, it might be too late. He might already be at the quarterback. That guard misses him from the blitzing, from the linebacker spot, might be too late. So that speed and agility for him is absolutely huge, and just one millisecond, 2 milliseconds, bad read from like the guard or a tackle or maybe even a running back, that might be too late, and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is right there to make the sack or the tackle. Next is pass coverage. Now again, I'm not saying he's anything great, and I'm not saying he's bad, but he's solid. He's gonna be fine versus running backs, especially if his speed, his size is fine for running backs. I think he'll be fine with some tight ends, not all of them. Honestly, he'll get killed by Darren Waller, Jarvis Kelce, and George Kittle. Tight ends like those, he will get killed because of his size, but we'll get into that later. But he will absolutely get killed by that, man. And that is something, just don't put him against tight ends. Again, we have Cole Holcomb for that, or John Bostic or something like that. So, he probably could go against some receivers. Again, like I said, he can line up in the slot cornerback position just a little bit, but again, that's here or there. Probably won't happen too much in the next level though. So That's it. Next, his aggressiveness. Now, you know, when he likes to get in the tackles, man. If someone already has him, he still likes to get in there. That's kind of what I mean by aggressiveness, necessarily when it comes to Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. But you know, when it comes to his size, man, he's I would say he's pretty aggressive. He's there. He's there to make a good hit, make a good tackle. But you know, if someone's got him, if someone his teammates got the runner stopped, he'll still come in, get that blow. But I really like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah here. And again, he has a lot of good talents, especially with speed and agility. But that linebacker position, it's not too bad. So I like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Has a lot of pros. Now let's go to a little bit of a concern / con. Shedding blocks a little bit, I would say, not the biggest thing, but again, I would say shedding blocks, getting away from offensive lineman if he does get hooked on. Now he was okay versus college, but you know, obviously once you get to the next level, you know, how are you gonna fare with NFL tackles and guards when you do get hooked on, and you know the tackles are already in the next level? How are you gonna be able to get away from them? So that's gonna be the real question. So I think that would be a little bit of question, especially with his size, and that leads on to the next one. Is again his size. You know, he's 6'1", so that's why I said he was gonna probably get killed by tight ends like George Kittle, Travis Kelce, and Darren Waller, just because of his size. Now he's speedy, he's quick, and that's why I feel like he's one of those better linebackers who can keep up with running backs, but he can't keep up with tight ends. He'll get killed by them. Maybe some of them he can. I don't know, but it wouldn't be good. So Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker from Notre Dame, I like him a lot. He would fit nice to Bostic or Holcomb. He would just be he'd be great, man. He would be absolutely great. I don't think he played this year, if I'm not mistaken. So it would have been, no, he did play this year. He was in the Clemson. I remember. Yeah, he was in the game. Yeah, he played this year because I remember him in the Clemson and Notre Dame game where he got the big sack versus DJ. Yeah, he played this year because I was thinking, I thought someone said he didn't play this year, but he did play this year. So yeah. So, I mean, you got the tape from this year, you got the tape from previous years. I like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I think he would be huge for Washington. So, again, good fit to Bostic or Holcomb. And again, like I said, this isn't necessarily a big top priority because our defense is so good, you know. But again, if, you know, our top priority is like a quarterback and an offensive tackle or something like that, if they're off the board, he's still available. I wouldn't be mad if we went ahead and took Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Right now, he's my number 2 linebacker. I'll probably get to my number 3 linebacker and my next one. So, let's go over these pros one more time. Speed and agility, his pass coverage, and his aggressiveness. I like all of those. His Collins shedding blocks in the next level necessarily. He did okay in college, but I want to see how he does, especially with the size against guards and tackles. And I can also concern his size, especially him being 6'1". So, yeah, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker from Notre Dame. How do you guys think he fits here in Washington? So, just give me guys your opinions on him. I think he's good. If he's available, I won't be mad. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.